Welcome back, everyone, to Lollipops to Die For. I'm your host, Stephanie, and this is my co-host,
Simona.
And today we are going to talk about the head in the bucket murder of Shad Thyrion. Let's get into this.
So let's get on with the story. On February 23rd, 2022, Shad Thyrion, a 24-year-old American boy, was murdered and dismembered by his lover, Tylor Schabusiness. Thyrion's severed head was discovered by his mother, Tara Pakanich, in a bucket in the basement of their family home in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Other severed body parts, including Thyrion's bisected torso in a storage tote, were later discovered by police.
On February 21st, 2022, at around 9:30 p.m., Thyrion was picked up from the home of his mother, Tara Pakanich, by Tylor Schabusiness, with whom he had a sexual relationship. The couple, joined by a friend, went to the apartment on Eastman Avenue and smoked some cannabis, or weed. Schabusiness stated in her interrogation that she and Thyrion also smoked methamphetamine and injected trazodone at the apartment after the friend left. The couple then returned to Thyrion's mother's house. Pakanich and her boyfriend, Steve Hendricks, were away at the time.
This is where it gets bloody. Then they went down to the basement and began engaging in sexual intercourse. So in the middle of it, Schabusiness claimed that they had engaged in erotic asphyxiation in prior encounters, and on this occurrence, they had used metal chains. Schabusiness then proceeded to strangle Thyrion until he started to cough up blood. She continued until Thyrion was deceased, which took about 3 to 5 minutes. She was all into it.
Schabusiness then proceeded to perform oral sex and use sex toys on the body for several hours afterwards. You have to understand, he was already passed away at this time. He already had died. The following morning, she dismembered the body using knives she found at the house. Now, the following morning wasn't like 9, 10 o'clock. It was literally like at 3 o'clock in the morning she was doing all this. Actually, while she was performing oral sex. Schabusiness positioned the body on the bed and beheaded it over a bucket and storage tote to contain the blood. She then dumped the blood down the basement shower drain. She also claimed to have showered using the blood. She also removed the organs, including Thyrion's penis, and placed them in a plastic bag, the tote, cardboard box, and the bucket.
Okay, so according to the investigation, 2 days later, on February 23rd, 2022, Thyrion's mother found her son's head in a bucket in her basement. Imagine the astonishment of this poor woman. It had been covered with a towel. Later, police would discover Thyrion's removed penis in the bucket as well. Hendricks, his stepdad, then called the police, who did a search of the basement and found human organs stuffed into plastic bags and cardboard boxes. His torso was discovered in the tote with his dismembered foot placed inside it. Additional body parts, including a leg, were also found later in a crockpot box inside Schabusiness's minivan. Schabusiness was found later that day in her minivan by police. Her clothes were covered in blood and her left thumb had a cut. She was arrested and charged with murder, mutilation of a corpse, and a third-degree sexual assault on March 1st. Schabusiness earlier that year, on January 3rd, was convicted and sentenced for 3 months for fleeing, eluding, and obstructing police. It is unclear if she was on work release at the time of the murder. She had removed the GPS tracker from her ankle, so she had a history of crazy stuff.
She did have a huge history. Schabusiness, during the trial and the incarceration, Schabusiness's attorney, Quinn Jolly, submitted a not guilty by reason of insanity plea on September 1st, 2022. On February 14th, 2023, Schabusiness attacked Jolly, her lawyer, after he requested the trial date be pushed back so experts could determine her competency to stand trial. Schabusiness was tackled by a Brown County Sheriff officer. No one was seriously injured, thank God. Around 10 minutes after the attack, Jolly told Judge Walsh he planned to file a motion to be removed from the case. He was replaced by Christopher Froelich on March 3rd, who requested that Walsh recuse himself as his witnessing the attack could affect his ruling. Walsh declined.
The weird part is, forensic psychologist Diane Litton testified that Schabusiness told her she had a thing for Jeffrey Dahmer a year ago. Although Dahmer was murdered in prison by a fellow inmate in 1994. On July 26, a jury convicted Schabusiness of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilation of a corpse, and a third-degree sexual assault. On September 26, Walsh sentenced Schabusiness to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Walsh said he had to protect the public from her. I don't blame him. This crime offends human decency. It offends human dignity. It offends the human community. It really does, he said. Theron's father forgave Schabusiness, saying, I believe everybody makes a bad choice. Maybe not to this scale. It does no good to hate you. I know you've got a heart, got a mind. I doubt that. Schabusiness is serving out her sentence in the Taycheedah Correctional Institution, a facility housing only female inmates that is located in the city of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
So to sum things up, Tylor Schabusiness told the police, I can't believe I left the head, though, which she did. She left the head and the penis in the bucket. Schabusiness says she strangled the victim with a chain as part of a sex act and became crazy because of the drugs and continued to perform sexual acts on him after he was dead. And that went on for like 2 to 3 hours. Schabusiness has previous arrests on charges, including fleeing and eluding officers, felony bail jumping, possessing drug paraphernalia, resisting an officer, battery on a law enforcement officer, and operating with a suspended license. And Schabusiness is married and has a newborn son. Which, of course, if you watch documentaries on it, that son is not with her. The son was dumped off at her grandmother's house in Texas. Her husband is in jail on unrelated charges, records show, and Shad Thyrion's family says he was taken from them by what I can assume is a monster. And keep in mind, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, because even the Schabusiness's father is a 12-year sentence because he's a convicted sex offender for sexual assault to a child. So he's a pedophilia.
But here's the sum up,
and he was actually in the court, like testifying on, I guess, her behalf, on her character,
right?
In shackles.
The weird part is this: we were talking in private prior to this about if it's genetic, if psychopathy is genetic or inherited, or you get triggered to it. In her case, she had a crazy childhood as it was, but you would think that she wanted to do better and not be that. But she went the opposite way. If you look at the documentaries, she
went to extreme.
Right. Yeah. But if you look at the trial itself, you see her behavior and demeanor is unchanged, unfazed, has no emotion. It's kind of like it's nothing like wrong with what had happened.
She always did this little face thing.
Yeah,
and straight. I could never understand. It would be like during like even times when they would say, "Oh, she was like really smart growing up," or she was really this. She would be like, and I'd be like, "What is going?" She must either that's a tick or something. It might be like a tick.
But she was very unfazed by the whole thing, even though realistically, nobody has sex, decides to kill their partner, cut their torso, their head, their penis, like body parts. But that wasn't the shocking part for me, because that has happened from other murders. But to sit there and give him oral sex and perform sexual acts on him for
While
hours?
he's dead.
Yeah, while he's dead and has no head. Like, I don't care how much.
Nonchalant when the police
Right.
went and picked her up. Went to her apartment.
Right.
Right?
She was talking
She's
about it
just
like it was like we were eating and dancing and like it was matter of fact and normal.
And she really wanted to bring that head back.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe if she had taken the head and the penis and all the buckets and boxes, maybe that nobody would have known that it was her.
Oh, I don't know.
It's one of the most shocking things is that it's a woman psychopath,
Mhm.
and it's not like in the 1800s. It's nowadays happening, 2022.
Right.
So
Which we're going to do more of the up-to-date ones.
Yes.
Because I think today it's much more prevalent than back in the 1800s.
Right. I think
Yeah.
women are becoming, they're more psychopath women now than
It's
ever.
a women's movement.
Yes. Even there. I don't know if we want that movement, but okay.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So as you know, you don't know if you close your eyes at night if you're ever going to wake up the next morning.
Who you're having sex with?
Be careful doing asphyxiation sex. Just be careful. Be careful who you pick up and meet with.
Especially at 22, 24.
Yeah, the dating world is not the way it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So remember, guys, truth is always scarier. Until the next time.
Bye.
Bye.